Once you have your assessment and objective, you can fill in the ways that you're going to get there in a lesson. So the objective here is to plan the rest of a lesson based on an aligned standard assessment and objective by filling in the steps to take to scaffold students towards mastery. And we're going to do that by just simply looking at the scaffold and looking at an example lesson plan. So now that you have where scholars need to go in your lesson, you can plan how to get them there. And this is where you're going to add the rest of those lesson components. So starting with your opening or do now or warm up, this might hook or address prior knowledge. So whatever it is you do to open lessons. Then it's bringing in your explicit instruction, right? Where you directly teach the core skill. For me, I teach my direct instruction, or I take my direct instruction and I put it into instructional videos. I don't do much lecturing. Then we do practice. This should match the assessment. I have the students basically do the exact same task for practice as they will with the assessment. I just use different material. This is also the best place for students to be able to collaborate. From there, you already have your independent practice assessment because you already designed it. So the last thing to do is time out each component. I like to start with timing out student activities first and then going to teacher activities to know where to add and subtract time, or to think about what might need to be cut or what might to be moved to another lesson if I don't think that I will have enough time to cover the material that I have. So let's talk about how this might look in an example lesson plan. So using the same standard that we've been looking at, the same objective, what I would do with my do now here is start with like a KWL chart, for example, and ask students to talk about what they already know and what they want to know about Martin Luther King Jr. and about Letter from Birmingham Jail. Then I would focus on my direct instruction, like I said, my video lecture. And in that, I would address what's a claim, how are claims supported, and what makes good evidence. So really just teaching students the skills in the first place and the content in the first place. Then they can practice. And my practice, like I said, is pretty much always collaborative. So my practice here would be students would read a short paragraph that may be connected to Letter from Birmingham Jail. It may be something completely random. Mostly it's all about practicing the skill and content. So answering the same question that I would ask in a mastery check, they would just do that with a different text. And from there, they would then read Letter from Birmingham Jail, annotate it, and do all that. And finally, they would move into their mastery check. It's the same assessment that we already talked about. And I would also have them complete the L on that KWL chart. What did you learn in the lesson? And so this is how everything comes together, and we are aligned from standard to assessment to objective to lesson activities. So to bring everything together, this learning mimicked what was taught. It's backwards planned from dissecting standards first. And I actually planned this backwards for a full course on backwards planning, an entire unit, even though some of the videos got released early, they are still within the course. So I actually backwards planned this from something much larger than what some of you even saw this video as. It's aligned to specific outcomes through a 4-part learning objective. It offers ways to work collaboratively and independently. In course, there's checking for understanding through mini quizzes. It also contains examples, and it's scaffolded or chunked and has timed out components because it's done in multiple videos. So it just goes to show that even learning for adults should be planned backwards to bring you to a final outcome. I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you've watched multiple videos and if you are here and you've gotten through the course, thank you. If you are here because you've taken a course, You're going to receive an end of course email with a course survey. Your feedback is very welcomed and always needed. I like to deliver the best that I can. So thank you, and good luck.